Welcome to SVGTV's news for Wednesday, December 2nd, 2015. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Government ministers and department secretaries around the Caribbean, as well as representatives from the Foreign Agricultural Management Services of Canada, are meeting here for the annual review of the Canada Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program. Speaking at the opening ceremony on Monday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour, Maria Williams, stated that the Seasonal Agriculture Workers Program has allowed for many Vincentians to elevate their standard of living and their families. Williams noted that many Vincentians continue to participate in the program and recognize the vital role it plays.
The Canada Caribbean Seasonal Agricultural Workers Program has been and continues to be a regular source of employment for hundreds of Caribbean nationals and indeed a number of Vincentians. Since its inception, a number of farmers have benefited from being involved in this program, and this is evidenced by gradual improvement in the standard of living of their families. In 2014 and 2015 alone, 427 Vincentians participated in the program. Consequently, its positive impact on Caribbean economies through the provision of substantial earnings, revenue and employment is not only significant but vital.
Also speaking at the ceremony was Ken Fort, the president of the Foreign Agricultural Resource Management Services, who said that the program is very important to all parties involved and seasonal workers, that it is quite remarkable for a program to last almost half a century. Ford added that Canada needs workers from the Caribbean as they are an important asset in the horticultural sector.
This is a program that has lasted almost half a century. That's unheard of. All the governments involved, all the regimes involved, and all the personalities involved, and it still stays strong. It stays strong because we both need each other. The workers, as has been said many times, are able to enhance their life in the Caribbean, are able to educate their children, build nicer homes, and have a better quality of life. Without your workers seizing the opportunity to do those jobs in Canada, the horticulture industry in particular would not exist like it does today in Canada. We would have a lot more imported fruits and vegetables coming into Canada because we just don't have people to do it.
The Minister of National Reconciliation, Public Service and Labour, Maxwell Charles, says his government recognizes the economic benefits that the program continues to bring to Vincentians and hopes for a fruitful and rigorous consultation over the next few days. Charles also urged farmers not only to seek to improve their skills for economic gains, but also to give their best so that more farmers may benefit from the program in the future.
I would like, and I always do, to appeal to those of our workers who go to Canada to be the best workers. Do your best. Impress. Allow them to see the true Vincentianness, so to speak, in you. And if you do that, I am sure that as the years come and go, we would have even more farmers going to make a living in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, as I close again, we're grateful for this program, and we shall do all in our powers to ensure that it's not reduced, but to ensure that it grows from strength to strength. I thank you.
The meeting will wrap up on Friday. Dr. Rudy Matthias, Chief Executive Officer of the International Airport Development Company, the IADC, is urging local companies to come forward and occupy the available lands designated as hangar space at the Argyle International Airport site. Dr. Matthias was speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a hangar for Mustique Airways earlier this week. While congratulating the company for making the move, Dr. Matthias says that it is a very good investment that holds the possibility for even better returns, and urge local businesses not to miss out on the opportunity to ensure they benefit from the international airport.
I also look forward very much to the others who are going to be occupying the other 3 parcels of land. I should say first that right behind me here there are 5 parcels of land available for the construction of aviation hangars. One of them is reserved for the construction of a fixed base operation unit. We call it FBO. So Jonathan Palmer is going to be occupying this one right behind me here. And then there are 3 other parcels just along here that other companies have entered into lease arrangements with us so that they can build their hangars at some later stage. So these are the companies to which Councillor Robertson just referred. And I'm sure you don't want to be lone hangar operator here, Jonathan. So we look forward very much to see this land being populated by the other companies.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves gave an outline of the monies that he says will go towards the completion of the Argyle International Airport project. The Prime Minister refuted claims that his government was unable to complete the airport and says that the plans of the NDP to stop the construction of the airport is entirely meaningless.
If the money was not transferred, 10-point-something million EC on Friday, it will be transferred today into your account. That's the remaining money from the Canawan lands, the lands which we sold. So that's there. The $5 million US, which I sought approval in Parliament, having had the agreement with the Taiwanese, in keeping with the commitment by President Ma to me that if additional resources were needed, they will supply. And they have supplied a soft loan of $5 million US. Rudy, today that $5 million US is inside our account at the central bank. Not yet with you, but I received the wire instructions from Ambassador Wickham in Venezuela in relation to that $6.1 million. They have a little sum remaining, Rudy, which we will get also. That's US. So when I tell you I have the money, I have the money.
This country was represented at the International Conference of Alternative Development, which was held in Thailand last month by the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cannabis Revival Committee, the SVG-CRC. Chairperson of the SVG-CRC, Junior Spirit Cuttle, who was in attendance, explained the symposium was hosted by the government of Thailand in collaboration with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Cuttle explained that the seminar is part of the UN's gathering of information for the major conference in April of 2016 and said saw some 25 nations being represented. The SVG Cannabis Revival Committee chairperson says he was pleased to exchange ideas with other delegates on the issue and was honored to have met the Princess of Thailand.
The thing is that these 3 drugs are produced mainly by poor farmers in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, and the Caribbean. In 2016, April next year, the United Nations will be having a special assembly on drugs. So this meeting was a preparatory meeting to gather the information from all the stakeholders to input into the United Nations meeting, which is coming in April next year. We had meeting with opium growers because I am a part of an international steering committee representing opium, coca, and cannabis from all geographical areas of the world.
Cuttle says that the laws against illegal drugs must be relaxed, particularly as it relates to drug utilized for medicinal purposes. He believes that a tightening of laws on drugs encourages those who are poverty-stricken to cultivate and manufacture drugs illegally, which encourages crime.
The focus was on alternative development. We are saying that, and it happens all over the world, not just in Vincent alone. It happened in Thailand, it happened in Burma, it happened in Colombia, Mexico. People, because of poverty and unemployment, has been forced into producing cannabis, opium, and coca. And any program with the laws aim against them, the laws aim against eradication, that has made the world a more dangerous place, because when people cannot get food to eat, When people's livelihood is destroyed, then naturally people resort to other means. Yes, conflict, armed conflict, there's more crime, and there are a number of other delinquencies.
Training and Education and Public Relations Officer of the SVG Human Rights Association, Jeannie Oliver, sung the need for equity when it comes to getting justice for women who have been abused. In a recent interview to commemorate the United Nations International Day to End Violence Against Women and Girls and their 16 days of activism, Oliver says that regardless of the victim, the same form of fairness when it comes to the law.
We think of the issue of domestic violence. No seriousness attached to it, or it's just something that happened to Jeannie, or it's something that happened to Sharon. I mean, they are not my relatives and they're not my friends, so who cares? So our concern at the level of the St. Vincent Human Rights Association is that regardless of who is perpetrated, who the victim is, we must treat everybody the same. Let there be equity across the Vincentian society, regardless of who you are as perpetrator or who you are as victim. And we at St. Vincent Human Rights Association will not rest, we will not relent. We will never condone any act of violence against any woman or any child, regardless of who you are. We come in to look for you, we find in you, and we ensuring that action is taken.
The human rights activists also called for men and boys to be protectors and not abusers.
Remembering that we were chosen, taken from you, part of your body. So treat us as though we are part of your body. Please, our brothers out there, our fathers, our sons, our uncles, please give us women a chance. Let us be able to live the life that God has endowed from us. So help to protect us, help to care us, help to nourish us, help to nurture us, so that we can complement you as a Vincentian, living in our Vincentian society.
Welcome to SVGTV's Election Heat 2015. The NDP's candidate for North Leeward, Roland Patel Matthews, last evening outlined plans for the construction of a top regional and international acclaimed cruise ship terminal in that part of the island. Matthews told party supporters the project will change the face of North Leeward. He noted that North Leeward will be on the map and will be recognized as a #1 cruise ship spot not only in the Caribbean but throughout the entire world, while at home creating over 200 jobs directly. According to Matthews, Richmond Bay has been chosen as a spot for the facility.
North Leeward Cruise Ship Terminal. Let me tell you what this terminal is going to do for us. But before I do that, let me get in some detail. This terminal has a capacity of holding 2 cruise ships between 1,200 to 1,500 passengers, each board on either side of the pier. It has facilities for small boats and water taxis and yachts, as you can see on the screen now. The total length of the jetty would be 1,380 feet. The total width of the wharf, 65 feet. A total area of 79,820 square foot. In the main building of the terminal, you don't have immigration, customs, so not even work creating for young people.
Some features outlined by Matthews for the proposed facility are rooms for security, 3 rental spaces for restaurants, boutique space, banking services, ATM machines, general washroom, electrical mechanical room, storage room, and general lobby area. On the outside, he said that there will be 6 shops for boutique selling arts and craft with washroom in each shop, a general courtyard, a taxi stand, general parking area, all properly fenced with an excellent CD fence. The NDP North Leeward candidate contesting the December 9th elections against the ULP's Carlos James says that the facility is just one of the many ideas that the NDP has for SVG if elected into office, and will provide mass employment not just for his constituency but for the entire country.
We are taking this thing slightly wrong. When this thing come into fruition, when you vote for the New Democratic Party and we make this a reality, it will be a big difference for all of North Leeward. I am promising you that. Now here what are the benefits? Opportunity to create jobs for people of North Leeward, and the entire island would be exposed to other businesses. Easy access to tourism sites in North Leeward and even Central Leeward. More opportunities for taxi and tour operators. Tari, get ready boy. Opportunity for water taxi. Mavi, start your engine. Now watch that. I'm not joking, this is good business to do. And we're going to reconstruct the drainage, especially in the Richmond area. Rebuild the road. All those broken banks, we will rebuild them and make North Leeward, that area, a place to behold.
It takes a particular skill, a particular patience, and a particular kind of love, dedication, and commitment to serve as a leader. A comment made by the ULP's candidate for North Leeward, Carlos James, at a meeting last evening in Chumuka, as he praised the work of the ULP government and leader Dr. Ralph Gonsalves during the last 15 years. As he discussed areas of development which the party hopes to address in the North Leeward area, James said that there will be continued work in housing, healthcare, education, and tourism development, with special attention being paid to uplifting the youth.
The issue of jobs, because a lot of young men who are here listening tonight, one of the things that you said to me when I canvass is that you want to see jobs in place for young people. More importantly, we have to also look at the issue of training, because I don't want to send a young man out to a job and he lasts 2 days because he has no form of skill or qualification. So if you're on a block, we are going to provide the opportunities for you to learn some form of skill to be gainfully employed here in this constituency. Right at this site, which once housed the Chumuka Primary School, the resources are going to be provided to put here in North Leeward one of the very first vocational training centers to ensure that every single young man and woman in this constituency is provided with the training so that you can be equipped with some form of training in vocational work.
Seeking to make a change in North Leeward, James, who also celebrated his birthday yesterday, said that many have asked why he chose to leave his profession as a lawyer to become a politician. More so a candidate for the Unity Labour Party. He said his answer and will always be because he prefers to align himself with winners and a party that has done great things for the development of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially the youth.
Not just academically, but if you want to learn a skill, if you want to become the best mechanic in North Leeward, the best plumber, the best electrical engineer, the Unity Labour Party government and Carlos James, we are going to put the opportunities in place and the programs to ensure that you have the right training and you can go forward and advance yourself. That is our commitment to you, the people. That is the Unity Labour Party at work. It's investment in you, the people. It is there clearly for you to see.
The ULP has an awakening coming, so says NDP candidate for Salt Leeward, Nigel Major Stevenson, who says that after nearly 15 years of trying to fool the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the people have been saying that they have had enough and are ready to let the NDP to take them into a bright and successful future. Stevenson adds that the New Democratic Party is the only party that will be able to provide the needs of the jobless, the poor, victimized, vulnerable, elderly, and the youth, and not just cater to the needs of some, which he describes as friends, family, and supporters of the ULP.
How is it that you can be respected around the world, but you cannot get a single investor to come into St. Vincent and spend money so that jobs can be created for our young people? How is it? You must be really think that our people are foolish. But it is said that you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all of the time. And I'm saying to you, on December 9, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will show you how intelligent they are, because all your actions for the past 14 years plus were designed to fool our people. But they will give you a rude awakening on the 9th of December. You will be sent packing. The New Democratic Party will come in, and we will usher in a new dawn, a new dispensation where hope will be restored to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
He adds that the ULP is blocking major job opportunities for Vincentians by the various scandals that the party members are involved in, because investors refuse to invest given their lack of confidence in the government. He says that it is time for Vincentians to stop subjecting themselves to such unfortunate circumstances and vote out the ULP.
Have had meetings with several foreign investors. And I want to tell you this, there are foreign investors who have made the point to us in no uncertain terms that they will not come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to invest a single cent for as long as the Unity Labour Party is in government. I need you to understand that. These are people who have said to us that we will not come to the country. We have money, we are willing to invest in this country, but we will not come simply because we do not believe that our investment will be secure.
If Vincentians vote the NDP into Parliament come December 9th, it will be a terrible mistake, as it will cause the reversal of many of the gains that the ULP has made available to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's according to ULP candidate for West Kingston, Debbie Charles, speaking at a political meeting in Chumaco last evening. In her address, Charles said that there is one particular thing about the NDP that continues to bother her, as it relates to their disrespect, disregard, and dislike for the women of SVG. Citing her own experience as a female candidate, Charles urged women, not only those who support the ULP, but all Vincentian women, to reject this sort of behavior from the NDP, and on election day to go out to the polls and vote resoundingly for the Unity Labour Party.
The Unity Labour Party, that women have been given equal status to men, and we have to appreciate that. We have to applaud it, comrades, and we have to do the right thing. Vote Labour. Comrades, you cannot afford to have the NDP intimidating our women. 2 nights ago, I parked my vehicle after the rally at Richmond Hill, and I know that is political because I've parked my vehicle there for 20 years. My vehicle was vandalized. As a matter of fact, they made it immobile, so I couldn't drive it. Why? Because I am doing wonders in West Kingston. We cannot afford to make them intimidate us. I will not be intimidated by the NDP.
Charles further stressed that if the NDP gets into office, they will not continue the plans and policies the ULP have created and implemented, although they may say so now. She considered their position as flip-flop, noting that they are only saying such things in an attempt to fool Vincentians.
They have also been making some foolish statements about a hospital. But I believe when they use the word phantom to where you're going to put it. You don't know how many rooms it would have. And that hospital has a cost, comrades. Joke we make it. Is this tomfoolery?